Just like the stars in the dark, I will shine. And if it happens that I fall, I know I'll rise.
Thank you so much for once again choosing Rise Above. I am your host, Aliyah, and today we have a guest by the name Sibo. She is the author of the book Breathe. Take a second look. But before I give my guest to introduce herself, let me just say thank you so much for the support that you guys are giving us. We see you guys liking our posts. We see you guys sharing our episodes, and we really appreciate that. My lady, welcome to Rise Above.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
Emma, before ka this book, who are you? A go re ipolele gore tota o mang?
Dumelang, batswana kwa lapeng. Ke Sibo. Sibo is a daughter to Philip Atkins Kiwa. My dad, may his soul rest in peace. Lela Kharejwana Hilda Danisile Kiwa. From a very beautiful home, village, Konshakashokwe. Sibo is a sister to 4 siblings. I am the firstborn. Okay. Obviously, being the firstborn, making me to be the deputy mother. Mm-hmm. And then Sibo is also a mother. She's a wife and a mother to 3 beautiful kids. Actually, they're not 3. I can make it there are 3. I feel offended because I have so many children. Mm-hmm. So she's also a mother to many children. Mm-hmm. She is a teacher. She's a friend. She's a cousin. That's Sibo. Okay. I'm everything to everyone who matters to me.
Okay. O goletse ko Nshakashokwe. Go no go ntsang go golela go that beautiful place that you say o tswa go yona.
Yeah.
Nshakashokwe
is a very beautiful, calm village. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of peace anyway back then. Mm-hmm. It's just a pity because we've been affected by technology and it has changed a lot of things. Good and bad, mm-hmm. But it's a village, it has loving people. Growing up there is like taking me back to the time, one of my poems. Mm-hmm. It was so good growing there with the extended family. Rona re gola mo extended family. Re gola le di cousin, le bo mangwane, our grandparents. Re godile re share. So growing up in that village, in that atmosphere, I think is mostly part of who Sibo is. Okay. Yeah, so it's just a beautiful home, full of love and very ambitious people. So that's my home village.
Mm-hmm. When o goletse mo extended family go sena dikgwetho tsa tse di ka diragalela mo di family kuta re since you are the firstborn o deputy mother or no deputy mother how you react?
Oh, challenges. Okay, because I talk especially in extended family. I remember my cousins Babatswana Magorod, and I always think about this one. You know, more plating a wine, we were sharing. And the culture was, if you are the youngest, o tabola la bohelo go re go tsa yo motona tabola ba bobedi wa tabola
plate be ho le tsa maka
dingwaga. The bigger piece of meat is for the eldest. When o tsana mala bohelo go ba wa tsenya le so go ro tsa etono go go to so nwa ke motho go
so a plate be ile hela o itsela gore ke emela
ba we observe the protocol. The observer protocol that when it came to eating, we would give the eldest the first the chance to grab a piece. But I think in a way, it wasn't much of a challenge. In our growing up. Being the firstborn, it will mean that I will always have to take care of my siblings. Unfortunately, when we grew up, my mom, health-wise, so she'll be spending most of her time hospitaling. Obviously, that will mean that I have to step in. I had to be a parent at a young age, take care of my siblings, make sure everything is there. Being a firstborn, you are always forced to grow up before you are even old enough, because you take a lot of responsibilities. Because Baba Ho, they look up to you. They expect answers from you. They expect food from you. They expect solutions from you. Despite the fact that now you are just a child like them. So that was my childhood. The challenges were there, but everyone was there for everybody. We had our aunts, our uncles. They could step in, but you'll always need the mother. But
la ba itse gore rangwane o teng megela ha ba bata sengwela se se gaugi thata le bone ba itse gore
most of
next
that
when the mother is next.
good. Most of that in the past kana ne re ba tshaba kere. So ha ba bata sengwe ba taba ba sebetsa wena you have to pull up and go go
go ba sa khora go tla bolwang teng
go taba go tla ga khora wena o tshile wena o tshaba, but o ba lebella no bona gore me ga ba khora, they really need to eat and you have to brave up and go go attend a mangwe no gore nyame ba la ga ba go. So that was part of my growing up.
Okay. School le gone o tsene gone go Shaka Shop.
We were traveling a lot. We were staying with our father most of the time. So Maya, place to place. But most of my schooling I did at Shaka Shop Primary School. I then had to go to Hansi because he was transferred to Hansi. He came back, I had to go to Magaling. And then I had to go to McConnell. That was my last senior school. And then tertiary. So Naratsamahela.
No nela le newcomer
Newcomer, always new in the environment. I remember Hansi. I was the only one who was Skalaga in the class. But they were Skalagad. And I couldn't hear them. And the teacher was I was like a Sakala. If I can't
o no uta ne kana
I still do. Then I don't want solo. I get so little. So I'm wondering now why am I not being saved? And this other girl on that. So from there I had to learn Sakhalagadi in 2 weeks. I had to master
communication
she
breakdown.
had to stand up for me. What kind of me communication breakdown. So since then I like languages. Because I just learned from there where some people they will just no those and
but when I no le ngwana yo ntsenyang hela go gola ga gago maitshwaro wa ise hela le gore wena hela o no ntse
I had all the traits that a child can have.
Okay.
But one thing that I know very well, I was very short-tempered. I had to deal with that demon. I liked reading. And then because sometimes I would not be able to express myself. So I will just have a paper and then I will write. I had a problem. Maybe because I was too forward. So in there has someone saying, so I will be writing telling the paper, being my mom. And next time, make sure you really find the culprit. It's not me. So I'll be writing. After that, ke le botoka thata nna ka re ke buile because rona ke re ne re sa confront gore le ha o patelediwa yalo no ka se go ganetse we don't talk back to the elders. That is our culture. So so I just have to find ways of trying to make myself feel better and tell myself or indeed I didn't do it. But then when I did it, so because even when I was innocent, o hating no go tla o tot ka mitse o hating so yeah
ya no house no go kwalwa ne pampisana we ba hata e bona nteng kana ntse ke aga go hela mme hela o khotsoetse gore o boleletse mama through writing.
No, gore funny enough when I wrote it was like I was talking gore ha ke bua ha ke kwala yana ha ngwane ke ta ke buela le go godimo and to me doing that no ka re ke mmoleletse tota she knows peace of my mind so ha ke so I'll feel better ha ke etsa ke a kgagola ha ke etsa ke ba hela but it made a difference unlike ha ne ke nna hela ke hupetse ke filela gore ke apatelediwa but I didn't do this so it healed me in a way so I would just write and throw away the paper or just keep it. It will fall in the hands of my brothers. They will read. They knew. They knew. The first writing that I wrote, I remember very well. So I was not happy about my father. You know, when we grew up, there were a lot of things. So my father, he was a loving person. He was so quiet. But hela ha ka tsa ile one he will even remind you gore a se gore maloba le ne ke sa go bua gore di khantswe tedi so so this time around I was so angry with him and then I wrote him a letter na berekela mo phiko na kotina ke sentse ke le go ga so I just wrote him a letter. I remember very well mo lekwalong lele I told him he was a coward. I feel that he's a coward because when he's sober address but when I said that one so I just wrote everything that I was feeling and then he like a Sunday because I didn't want to give him the letter I gave him the piece of that and then I said no, you'll read it how so he read it and when he came no what's a media like I had requested Friday or what I was so scared Friday what day Thursday it's Friday tomorrow he's coming
response
but it was a blessing. He just called me, Avantari.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, I will change. And he did. He has been my favorite since then. He was always my favorite because he would even call me. Remember, Pina ya Boroso. He was jolly. Young at heart. So he later and I he called me about why would I enter? So I was so why would the guy we doesn't so since then, you know, and I felt that piece of writing it changed everything even more closer. Even everything at home it even changed. So I was happy. And he was a great man to have accepted that in our times. So I respected him so much for that. Funny enough, I can talk. But I don't know. I prefer, or sometimes I've realized there's some words that I will say that I will regret later. So, especially if in that moment we tend to speak and we say a lot of things out of our emotions. And then after that, was there.
Kana gape lefoko ha le buo.
And so the paper has always helped me to deal with that and to control my words. Like I said, ne ke le pelwana. Ha o le pelwana kana gore o bua sengwe le sengwe gore batho go ikgotsohatsa. So writing the piece of paper became my sole place along where I would just write, and then ha ke bala se ke se kwadileng. For real. Was I going to say this to this person? And then no. So they knew I write, but my writing helped them. They used my pieces. English. They are mainly good science and maths, like good language. So they will take my book, Babala, the introduction, it's a method, the composition, the conclusion, it's a So I've always been a teacher. Yeah.
Okay. Wa tswelela wa gola o ithela wa go borutabaneng. Bona no botšhusiswa ke eng?
To be honest, I get to teaching like or then I get the holiday. My first reason. But little did I know it would be my passion. Yeah. I like teaching. I like sharing knowledge. Or there is satisfaction when you teach Bana, then they grasp your concepts and then they apply. Sometimes they even imitate you. There's that satisfaction that comes with teaching. So I just felt, okay, maybe I can just expand what I have by being a teacher. Okay. So I just chose teaching. It's my passion now.
Ya nka ga go tswa le ha so re ba go bolaile.
Re feel I believe. Yeah, but for some time we enjoyed that. Change always comes, and change can be good, can be bad, but at least I can feel I believe and go for vacation.
Ha go tshwane.
Ha go tshwane.
Ha o ne busy thata.
Ha o ne busy thata.
Mojolo wa o khona yang o le pelwana jana. Na le pandemic ke rata mojolo.
Hey. I ke tlhaloganya gore why mojolo e le a pandemic. Me ke o khone me ne ke ngala. There will be days where I don't want anyone. It's me and me alone. And when I say me, I mean me.
I'm not selfish.
Not that selfish. But as you grow up, you will realize you don't live in your own world. You have to compromise. You meet others halfway. You have to understand. And if everyone had to reveal the truth themselves, so how nso go la wa lemoga gore some go etse ke re batho ke re na le go nna re ntse re re ke ka ha ke ntseng ka teng, but we can control ka ha re ntseng ka teng. We can I did. I managed to control ka ha ke ntseng ka teng because one, I realized that it wasn't working for me. It was hurting a lot of people. So some of the traits that are on, we can do away with them, especially those that don't work for us. So I had to grow out of myself and realize that I can't be me alone. I need these other people. And for me, I have to compromise and meet them halfway. As much as I expect that is what they expect of me. So I grew up. And I managed to
from your
yes, especially those traits and they're hating others. So those I had to deal away with. Not changing myself, but there are some traits and we can do away with them.
Just to accommodate
other people, definitely. So I just had to do that, and it's been wow. No. And okay, we are thankful for that because favor. And we pray for those who are so O siame hela ngwana molemo.
Okay. Being a mother, le gone go hambotse. Ngwana ke ngwana ka.
Yeah. You know, sometimes ke taba ke tenagile tota ke letsa my mom ke ma ke hey, go itse tse ndilo tsa tsa ntare mme kana o tshwana ela le wena. Ha o go. So ke taba ke hela le ke re o hela gore ke ne ke ntse yana. Then my mom was in trouble. So it has humbled me. They come in different packages.
Yeah.
They are from you, all of them, but they will never be the same. And you treat them ka hands and thing. One thing that I've learned as a mother, I shouldn't compare my children. I understand food or they may be my children, but they are unique in their own ways. And I should embrace their uniqueness. And then be the role model, but we never stop being mothers. It's a project there's a healing. I'm still a daughter to my mother, and I will still call her first thing here like one tiring so it humbles, and it's a blessing. It's something that we shouldn't take for granted. Also that there are some to them it's just a wish. So being a mother humbles. You have to deal with all those things up and until. But the joy of being called mama. But they really love it.
But mama, I can batim.
But man, they have this tendency to what is bow.
I know how to do it.
No, how come I think it's bow? The moment they mama, can you react no serious?
Not the other way.
Yeah, so it's something that is so blissful.
How can I roam one over me? You get not taught in terms of behavior.
Hey, when I ended the second born. But I don't want to believe what is much of me. But I see myself in all my children. Or they have taken this and that. I'm very compassionate. I know myself. I will do anything for everyone and forget myself. Hence, that is why I just have to start writing this and talk to myself. Okay, it's a good thing to care for others, but I matter the most. So I see it in all of them. My last one, Wamisimane, is just extreme. Too loving, too compassionate. He's that kind of kid. He's so jolly. More than me anyway. There will be times that I want to be alone. There will be times that I want to be in a crowd.
Okay.
But he's that is life for him. So I see myself in all of them.
Okay. What are somebody's best son-in-law in future?
Yeah. Sad reality though.
Buka kia mai. Hadira halanya na korana ntaki mukwalo ya na story kuipela na takuonele. Baba boy.
Yo, it was a journey. It was a journey. I don't remember what I've been writing since when. I still have a lot of pieces. That was 1998. There were 94 that I've written and just put under the shelf. So my brother, one of my brothers, Nick, he knows of my writing and he'll be saying, Bo, it's when you are just sitting on your talent. Why can't you write and publish? I know you write, but I'll publish. And then I'll be saying, no, these things I write for myself. This is just junk. The reason why I wrote this book, and the reason is called Breathe. I just had to take a moment.
Okay.
Most of I don't even, it's an expression. There's a saying, and that is very true. I will see the things that I will always be telling people, encouraging people, helping people to deal with themselves. But when it comes to me, the same things, they will definitely bring me down. I won't be applying. So I just felt, well, okay, I can tell people this, I can share with people, and I can see them change. But maybe I need to tell this to myself. And for me, telling this to myself, how would I most of the poems, if not all, they are in the I context. Because when I read, I'm not saying you, I'm not telling another person. Ke a bo ke ipolelela nna.
Okay.
So to me, it was a time, just to take a second look and now stop looking at people and focusing more on people, but just breathe and give myself time. Take all the words that I've been saying to people, the encouragement that I've been giving to people, and give it to myself for a change. So hence that is why I just decided what I'm going to write. And he connected me. Then the writing started. But even my publisher, she even knows no, these ones are personal. They're just too personal. So I just hope one day I'll be ready to share, because my story can be another person's story. Yeah, so one day.
Okay.
But not now.
It was something o bua le wena.
Ke santse ke bua le nna gore ke santse gore ke buise pele ke be ke ikgotsogalle before ke ya go bua le motho yo mongwe. Ke be ke ipankantse.
Gone mme ha o kwala o eletsa motho a ka sala e mo tsone di-poems tsa gago tse.
My poems basically they're just motivation to the eye, to the person, the individual. We, like I have said, we take a lot of time putting people first in our lives. We forgive people, we encourage people, we love people, but how much do we do that to the self? So I just looked at, we need to be encouraged, the self. For me to be able to forgive, I have to learn to forgive myself. For me to be able to love the next person, I should love myself first. So, okay, motivation, we are getting motivated. But I just wanted to look at the self. My main concept, again, my motivations, my poems, they talk about me. I'm just trying to talk to someone who's trying to learn for every other person. And sometimes people will look at you as Alia and they will feel that Alia is okay. But Alia is not okay. And Alia is dealing with things alone. So when you read this, you are talking to yourself. My poems, they talk to you and how you feel relieved. That is what they do to me. So I believe, or maybe someone else learn di change ka ha ile go ronza iteba ka teng.
Okay. Before motho mongwe a go rare ikutele bothoko wena o ikutele bothoko. Before motho mongwe a go rare it is enough. Tell yourself that it's enough. Before motho mongwe a go rare o lekile, tell yourself what I've tried, I've given it my best. So it's okay. And sometimes people take long to tell us that. And by the time we are already destroyed inside. So we should learn to motivate ourselves. We should learn to praise ourselves. We should learn to tell ourselves, it's okay, I have tried and I have failed. There's nothing wrong with failing. Or fail, try again next time. It's a pity because most of the time, we throw in the towel. But it's a lesson you have to keep doing. How you are going to get more than what you have expected. Okay. My favorite hike balagama page 4, don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Most of the time we become hard. Mohorona tata. Good right blame la dilo tsena gore gongwe me ha given the chance we tell gore o no sna control ya zone.
Yeah.
Go no go diragala mo go ena ha o ta kwala ka this don't be hard on yourself.
Hey, I'm one person who overthinks everything, and overthinking bears fruit to stressing. I will worry about everything. I've had a problem of anxiety. A lot of people don't even know because I will deal with it in the face. In the face of the people, they always see us as
you're fine.
You are fine. Everything is going well for you. Yet it's contrary. So there came a point that I had to realize I'm just being too hard on myself. I'm blaming myself for things that I didn't have control over. There are things that I tried and gave my best, but they didn't work out the way I wanted them to. But I'm still holding on to that. Because we are consumed. If you are too hard on yourself, obviously you are you have a lot of guilt. You are dealing with a lot of guilt. If I could have done this. And those statements, they are very, very destructive. So I had to come to a point, okay, I'm just being too hard on myself. Most of the I want to believe for every person in life has a dark secret. I still wait to see someone who that dark secret. I guess. So when I wrote this poem, I was actually too hard on myself. Or I was at a verge of now being too anxious because it's a lot of palpitations because I will worry, I will overthink. But at the end of the day, there was no solution. So I had to learn what some things they happened. I have to let go of them. And maybe things happened the way they were supposed to. It's fortunate because I also read the Bible. And the Bible, I like the this part of Bible, his ways are not our ways and his plans are not our plans. There are things that we will aspire for in life, but that is not what God wants for us. So I just had to learn I take everything as it comes. I don't be too hard on myself. I embrace everything. I learn there are things that I can control and things that I can't control. So I was in a state where I'm losing it. And I had to tell myself, don't be too hard on yourself. You've tried. You are doing your best. So just accept, embrace yourself, praise yourself, pat yourself on the back. Where you fail, try again. So it's also my favorite, actually.
Or we do plan, but we decide.
And we cannot even save the world. Sometimes we tell some we save everyone except ourselves. We forgive everyone for the things that they've done to us, but we can't forgive ourselves for the things that we have done. We've done things and they haven't turned out the way that we wanted, but we're still holding on to that. So it's just we need to forgive ourselves and tell ourselves we can still do it.
Oh, rata le ntsa go ntse ka lengwala tsone dipoemo tsa gagwe o di bala jang? Is that a rhythm ya gore o di bua yang kana it's just reading through her like life is a battlefield kana gona le ka o di buang ka teng?
Well, his boy is not a poet. Then we but there will be how I will be reading it.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite can take me back to the time. Take me back to the time of growing up in the extended family.
Okay.
It's just the feeling nostalgic of the past. Because you will agree with me, a lot has changed for good and for the bad. So this one I just wrote it in a very high mood. I remember I was just writing it. So I was just feeling nostalgic about my growing up, thinking of how things were in the past. You know, how we would gather at the standpipes. That was the place where all the gossips of the village did. And I remember I would even empty the bucket because I knew a lot was happening there. So it's just a light one, just thinking about the past. So like as it says, take me back to the time when all was normal and good. The good old days as we sat around the fire, staring with curious eyes, hands around our knees, eyes pupils ready to pop out, body developing goosebumps as we listen attentively to the storyteller. I would not be at the front or the back. I had to be in the middle. So I got that feeling here, like yeah, so so all those when we danced around the fire under the full moon in Resena, the flat TV in the moon was our light, and we'll dance around the night, embracing our voices. we just felt alive. The time when people said I love you, you know they meant it. Love in the past was real. Compared to now, the word I love you, it's a national anthem. Anyone can say it.
Temporary. Between now and 30 minutes later.
I love something in you, not you. So that's my favorite. At the time when pain was real, we cried together as a community. And let's sing like one man for himself, God for us all. So those were the days, a longer you know or you are not alone in any circumstance, a longer and when, like I saying, when the water source was the meeting place for all. And my cousins, the elder ones, they will have issues school.
I get a respect ha go dua ko pompong e heletse
go ebile rona ba rena re bala no wonelwa ruri or how even sometimes they didn't even have to go ba bue molle wa tengelane ke bona gatse bo to bo bue se and
go le ha o biditswe ha tsena ka wa ithuta o nna sentle mo le go hedi
so it's my favorite. Just reminds me of us growing up in that environment, sharing, caring, you know.
Esa ga matsitsinga mo le nna mo go mo le ngale mo phone ya gagwe le sa bue
le maina na ga ba itse ke bona ba batla bombare ga te muita a eme ha di roboto a go tla thabe maina le wa go mpie
o gona ja live streaming muita
o ja ice cream. So all the poems, they have a story behind.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a story behind. I also love the one, My Cross. My Cross is just it's more like a prayer. It's not more of a poem. It's a prayer for, my cross. We believe there's that supernatural being who is above. And when everything gets tough in the world, everything turning around, people turning, but so it was just a cry to him, he who is above. Or when my cross gets heavy for me, please carry it for me. Don't let it bring me down, because we need him. So then everything that we do, we need him. So it's a poem, but for me it was more of like a prayer. Most of that I wrote it around 1 a.m. This one I wrote around 1 a.m. I wasn't feeling well, but I was just feeling, my health is weighing down on me. I'm tired. I've tried everything, and so I just gave it all to him, or he should carry the cross for me. So every poem here, it has some get the circumstances, some get the experiences. The teenager, we talk of the girl child, though sometimes I tend to be very different. We have been focusing more on the girl child that we've neglected the boy child. So, but we are the girl child, we are the teenager. We know the things that are happening around them. So it was just a poem for that girl child, or a plea to the reader. I guess it's not only the girls who are reading. Or a girl child, let them be. They're still young, they need to grow and all that. So every poem has a story to tell.
Okay. Bye.
I haven't done much to market it for now. November, so after that it's similar like Iradunyana, but Baba sits in by so enjoy even the 9-year-olds. It caters for everyone actually. And the other time I was talking to my brother, this book for us, we are reading it, but most of the damage has already been done. But we can heal. But if we want a full-rounded person who grows up, and sometimes self-esteem, So I believe if ngwana nna e bala always wa go helela ipolelela dilo tsone tseo, I am strong, I forgive myself, I love myself, all those. So it caters for every person, even the young. Le sekgwa sa teng ke se se balwang hela ke mongwe le mongwe hela a ba sa tlhaloganya
a relate le yone ha ke lebeletse yana ke phikile ya don't be hard on yourself. Ha ke bala le nna kuta gore ke ntse ke ikimetsa dilo ka bontsi, and how o bala o go through the poem yana o had that sense of go relieve ga go bona gore ha senna o ne ke tshwanetse gore gore ha senna ke dirileng gore go nne jalo. You get to understand gore you didn't have anything else to do besides go tshela ka nako e go diragetseng ka gone mo. So this book re bona kae a e mo di bookstores kana o santse ile mo go ena hela?
E santse ile mo go nna for now, and my publisher Ahava ha ise tsene mo di book shopong, but ke tsela gore in due time e tla ba ile mo go tsona, but for now e santse ile mo go nna.
Any plans ya go isa ko mahatseng a mangwe le go etsenya mo dikolong, because ha ke lebeletse the forward ke bona a teacher from Tobane a bua gore le bo teacher ba ka e dirisa go sekolong go ruta bana ba bangwe and motivate gore a ona le keletso go re hele re bona le gongwe le mo dibukeng introduce wa ke re gona le literature mo di syllabus tsa rona.
Yeah, it doesn't kill to dream. That is my wish. Tota hela yone is for everyone, and mainly bana ba santseng ba gola kore they need to hear more of these words. They need to tell themselves more mahokona gore ba gole kore the more you do something and say it, the more you end up believing in it. So keletso ke gona gore God willingly e ka ya le mo dikolong bana ba e dirisa, whether ile literature or for guidance, just because guidance to deal with issues, somewhat guiding and motivating the students. Ko mahatseng ke dumela gore anything is possible with God. Yeah, so one day ke dumela gore taba ke ntse gape ke gore ke re nya e setsile ko mahatseng
ya go goroga
esala ka go goroga
because re ithuta go nna positive ka bukae ya go goroga.
But that has also helped me. Not that it was for me. It was me writing to Zbo. And I know a lot of people who they need that. I'm not being biased, but there are some people who tell in the family, by me. And no one even bothers how are you doing? Are you coping? Do you need help? Everyone is when you call Alia, you have a problem, she's going to give you a solution. So I was thinking much of those people. Sometimes it's not wrong to say no. It's not wrong to say I can't this time around. It took me a very, very long time. I will drop everything, Sammy, and then get up. So
gore la le breadwinner hela ga gore sepela gore motho go teleka sweet hela
ka sweet
ke gore
just to appreciate you being the what is not about the amount of the gift. It's not about the quality. That is the thought that counts. The fact that wherever you were, you remembered gore there is Alia who is there, so I should just give her a sweet. And why you made this thata go ga teng, because le wena le ha o helela o dira yalo mo bathong ba bangwe ba direla why is or someone gore ga re batho ba bue ka
the good we do.
No, but just to appreciate no gore we are also human. Le rona gore the support that they need, the encouragement, we also need it. Gore ya o se petrol like ya tsama, you need to fuel it. So those are little things and what people take for granted, but they matter a lot. Just tell pakela motho gore how are you doing, sis? Hope you are fine. Have a blessed day. It's enough.
Re tselela ka bana ngwana kana ho mo reketse o ba go gagata. Mama ut minutes o bana monela.
Yeah. Instead of being taken, people are trained. People are hurting. Everyone is going through something. So we just need to learn that just a little bit of kindness goes a long way.
jaanong ga batho ba e bata ba ka e bona ka e buka e ka gore re e santse e le mo go wena hela
Bata e bona mo go nna.
Share your
Your
contacts.
my contacts. They can call me at 71416410. Or my husband, my other half, Kelvisa Homo mentioned, he's the oil behind all this. I'm sorry for not mentioning that.
Ene kana kwena.
Yeah, he's the rock. When I collapse, I know that there's a rock that I can. I never hit ground level because it's the so his numbers are 71571550. Strictly for the book, guys.
Ba ke batla ga ba go ntsha mo le gore mo jalo o itshiametse.
Strictly for the book.
Ga ba go tlhakatlhakanyetsa. E be re bua story se se
Next time, hey, ke scam.
Nyamera mo le go ga Mr. Timane ka gore ke go kgona go letella gore o re jesa monate ka bo 1 AM o re kwalela my cross.
Yeah.
Any last words?
No, my last words are like so we are all going through something. We all need motivation of whatever kind. We need each other. Well, that is why we were created different from all other animals. We have to embrace each other. We have to accept each other, accommodate each other. We need each other. It's a lot of COVID. It was something that we didn't expect. I just wrote I have a piece of COVID over here long because myself I learned a lot. Or you can have today and tomorrow have nothing. So we need each other and we need to always be there for one another. They can't hear us. Let us appreciate each other while we are there. Differences are there, but we have to learn to solve them amicably. And this book, I hope for everyone who gets it, it can change something in them because it has for me. So my last words are let us keep trying. It took me a very long time to unleash my potential. So I wouldn't want someone to go through that. God's time is the most perfect. But sometimes we get too comfortable and then we don't use our talents that are God-given. So everyone only something to offer to the world. It just takes you to realize that and walk as well like a soul.
Thank you so much for honoring our invite. Kia bukaye, breathe, take a second look. It's a book you can recommend somebody as a gift. It's a book you can recommend one alone monyenyane gore a bale a ithute a gole a itse gore go ta pele ga sengwe le sengwe. Ke a go leboga mma gore o re sheretse maiphitlhelo a gago and please do call her number. We tsaile copy it's 150 pula. Before the thata di ya go godimo. Inflation e re tsere ka di machine. Please do get a copy on the 150 pula mo namareng ya gagwe and do share the book with whoever you're kopana le ene. Thank you so much for watching Rise Above. Please do like our Facebook page, Rise Above #RA. Also do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rise Above #RA. And please comment and share and ra kopa tswetswe re hand comment tse di re godisang. Thank you so much.